You are 45. The movers are carrying boxes into your new apartment. Not out of one, into one. The building is newer. The neighborhood is quieter. The rent is higher. Your phone vibrates. Wire transfer received $840, 217. The money came from your investment account, not from selling a house. Your new neighbor watches the movers. She smiles. So, when are you finally buying? You smile back. Maybe never. She laughs. Assumes you're joking. 21 years ago. You would have laughed too. You are 24. First job. First apartment. Rent. $1. $340 a month. The walls are thin. The carpet is old. The refrigerator hums all night. Your college roommate, Derek, calls. I bought a house. He sends a photo. Keys. Driveway. Sold sign. A huge smile. Real adults build equity. You congratulate him. That night, you open a spreadsheet. Mortgage. Property tax. Insurance. Maintenance. Total. $2, $100 every month. Your rent. $1, $340. The difference sits on your screen. $760. You don't celebrate. You schedule an automatic investment. Every month. Same day your paycheck arrives. You buy a tiny jade plant for the apartment window. It costs $12. Nobody notices it. 3 months later, Derek hosts a barbecue. Everyone compliments the backyard, the garage, the neighborhood. Someone asks you, so when are you buying? You shrug. When it makes sense. The conversation moves on. That night, you check your investment account. $4, $218. Nothing exciting happened. That's exactly why you keep doing it. You're 27. Derek remodels the kitchen. Quartz countertops. Custom cabinets. Total cost. $38, $400. He refinances. The house paid for it. Everyone admires the kitchen. Nobody asks what the refinance added to the mortgage. Your jade plant sits on the windowsill. Second pot now. A little taller. Still invisible. The housing market begins climbing. Headlines repeat the same sentence. Buy now before you're priced out forever. Friends forward articles. Parents start asking questions. Coworkers compare mortgage rates during lunch. Owning slowly stops feeling like a financial decision. It starts feeling like a social deadline. Markets don't only move prices. They move expectations. One Friday afternoon, your realtor friend Melissa calls. I ran your numbers. You qualify for a $360,000 mortgage. She sounds excited. You've done everything right. You stare through the apartment window. The jade plant catches the afternoon sunlight. You imagine a backyard, a garage, a permanent address. Then another thought quietly interrupts. What happens if my life changes before the mortgage ends? The room becomes silent. No calculator answers that question. No bank advertisement asks it. No open house brochure mentions it. You thank Melissa. Tell her you'll think about it. She smiles. They all do. You hang up. Your automatic investment transfers another $760. Nobody congratulates you. Nobody ever does. You don't buy the house. Not because houses are bad investments. Because you're still trying to answer a different question. What are you actually buying? A building? A payment? Or the ability to stay in one place? Most people never separate those questions. You're 29. Every payday follows the same routine. Payroll deposit received. Rent. utilities, groceries, investment transfer, $760. You never touch it. You increase it to $900 after your next raise. The transfer becomes so ordinary that you stop noticing it. The market doesn't. Derek notices something else. The market's up another 12%. He grins across the dinner table. My house made more money this year than I did. Everyone laughs. It sounds impressive. Then he says something almost as an afterthought. The property taxes went up again. No one asks by how much. Success usually announces itself. Costs rarely do. You're 31. Tuesday. 10:17 a.m. Your manager closes the conference room door. We're eliminating your department. 2 weeks. That's all the notice you get. You drive home without turning on the radio. For the first time. You understand the difference between income and flexibility. That evening, you open your laptop. Not to check home prices. To check job postings. 3 interviews. 1 offer. Another city. 12% higher salary. You call your landlord. I'll be out by the end of next month, he says. No problem. The conversation lasts 47 seconds. No realtor. No staging. No open houses. No bridge loan. No waiting for someone else to buy your future before you can begin the next chapter. Sometimes, liquidity isn't measured in dollars. It's measured in options. The moving truck arrives 3 weeks later. You load the last box. The jade plant rides in the passenger seat. 3rd pot now. Still growing. Still portable. You smile at the thought. Roots don't always need to go deeper. Sometimes they need room to move. Sunday afternoon. The laundromat across from your new apartment is almost empty. An older man folds towels with practiced hands. His name is Walter. He notices the moving truck outside. New city? You nod. He smiles. I've moved 7 times. You ask, didn't you ever want one place to stay forever? Walter folds another towel before answering. I wanted freedom more. Then he looks at you. Houses create wealth for some people. Flexibility creates wealth for others. The mistake is thinking they're the same investment. He stands, picks up his laundry basket. And remember, a house is an asset, but your life is the investment. He walks away. You never see him again. Winter arrives. Your investment account crosses $61,000. The housing market slows. Mortgage rates climb. The headlines change. Yesterday they shouted, buy before it's too late. Today they ask, has the housing boom ended? The market didn't change overnight. The story people told themselves about the market did. You water the jade plant. It has never cared whether prices were rising or falling. It only responded to one thing. Consistency. Across town, Derek calls. They adjusted my mortgage. Another $310 every month. He laughs. Not because it's funny. Because sometimes laughter is cheaper than panic. You're 38. Your phone rings at 6:14 a.m. It's your mother. She never calls this early. Her voice is barely recognizable. Your father. He passed away last night. Heart failure. No warning. No goodbye. Just a house that suddenly feels much larger than the 2 people left inside it. 3 weeks later, you sit beside your mother at the kitchen table. A folder lies between you. Life insurance. Bank statements. The deed. Property tax bills. Maintenance receipts. For the first time in your life, money is finally allowed at the dinner table. only because the person who protected everyone from it is gone. The house is completely paid off. Market value: $296,000. Your mother smiles weakly. Your father always said, "This house was our greatest investment." You nod. Then continue reading. Property tax: $6, $180 per year. Home insurance, utility costs, a roof inspection, estimated replacement, $15, $400. The numbers aren't shocking. The timing is. Assets don't become valuable because they're expensive. They become valuable when they solve today's problem. Your mother quietly asks, "Can the house pay for the roof?" You look back at the estimate. No, it can't. It has value, but not liquidity. And in difficult moments, those aren't always the same thing. The house goes on the market. Week 1, no offers. Week 4, a few viewings. Week 9, one buyer backs out. Your mother waters the flowers every morning anyway. As if beautiful gardens could speed up paperwork. They can't. The market works on its own calendar, not yours. 7 months later, the house finally sells. Only then does the equity become money. Sometimes wealth exists on paper long before it exists in your account. A month later, Derek calls. His voice sounds older, not because of age, because of exhaustion. "I've refinanced twice." Silence. "I'm underwater by 19,000. You don't interrupt. He keeps talking. "I kept thinking the market would save me." Another silence. It didn't. You look out the apartment window. The jade plant sits in its 5th pot, healthier than ever. You finally understand why you've kept it all these years. It was never reminding you to rent. It was reminding you to adapt. Growth isn't tied to permanence. It's tied to conditions. That evening, you open your investment account. $612,000. Not from one lucky investment. Not from predicting the market. Not from avoiding houses forever. From 21 years of one ordinary transfer. $900. Every month. Regardless of headlines. Regardless of housing prices. Regardless of fear. People often search for extraordinary financial decisions. Most wealth is built by ordinary decisions that survive long enough to become extraordinary. The biggest financial question was never, should you rent or buy? It was, which decision gives your future self the most options? Ownership creates opportunity. Liquidity creates opportunity too. Wisdom isn't knowing which one is always better. It's knowing which one your life actually needs. You are 45 again. The movers finish carrying the last box upstairs. The apartment is quiet. The jade plant is the only thing you unpack first. 9th pot. 21 years. Still growing. Your phone lights up again. Wire transfer received. $840, $217. Your neighbor is still standing in the hallway. She smiles. "So, you're really never going to buy?" This time. You answer, "I might." She looks confused. "I just never wanted the house to make the decision for me." She laughs politely. "I'm not sure I understand." You don't blame her. For years, neither did you. People often compare renting and buying as if they're competing products. They aren't. They're different tools. A hammer isn't smarter than a screwdriver. The mistake is using one for every job. Driving across town. You pass the neighborhood where Derek bought his first house. The maple tree in the front yard is taller now. The kitchen windows still catch the afternoon sun. The family inside is different. The address stayed. The people didn't. Buildings often outlive the stories we attach to them. A block later, you stop at a coffee shop. Derek is already there. Smaller apartment. Different car. Same laugh. He slides into the chair across from you. You know. I used to think owning made me successful. You smile. I used to think renting made me free. He nods. We were both simplifying something that was never simple. For a moment, neither of you says anything. Not because there's nothing left to discuss. Because both of you finally understand that money rarely rewards certainty. It rewards adaptability. That evening, you place the jade plant on the new windowsill. The light is different here. The view is different. The plant doesn't care. It simply turns toward the sun. People spend decades arguing about the perfect financial decision. Markets don't care about perfect. They respond to discipline. Life doesn't care about perfect either. It responds to resilience. The next morning, you review your automatic investment. $900. The transfer is scheduled for Friday. Exactly as it has been for 21 years. You leave it unchanged. Not because it's magic. Because consistency usually looks boring while it's working. Only later does it look brilliant. The narrator speaks one final time. The biggest lie was never, renting is throwing money away, or buying is always the smartest investment. The biggest lie was believing there was one correct answer for every life. A mortgage can build wealth. So can flexibility. A house can become freedom. It can also become pressure. Rent can become wasted money. It can also become opportunity. The numbers were never the whole story. The person living inside them was. Outside, another family unloads boxes into the apartment across the hall. A young couple. Their first place together. The man carries a tiny cardboard box with a small green plant sticking out of the top. You smile without saying a word. Some investments grow because they're owned. Others grow because someone simply keeps showing up for them. You close the window. The jade plant catches the evening light. Same plant. Different home. For the 9th time. It never asked for permanence. Only the chance to keep growing. And maybe that was the real investment all along.